Well, that was a crazy 2 days. Last video we did was about Qasem Soleimani and his death. Till then, a lot has happened. In just 2 days, we're going to catch you up with everything in this short video. This is the Charles Frank Show. Okay, so in case you missed my last video, let's get you caught up on everything that's happened up until the death of Soleimani. So, a while back, a year ago, Trump pulls out of the Iran nuclear deal, way over a year ago. And then Iran gets upset. Now, Trump also starts giving them sanctions to start to hurt their economy. Iran gets more upset. So what Iran does is they attack an oil tanker off the Strait of Hormuz. They attack an unmanned air drone, a U.S. one, costs us a lot of money. And they just keep pushing the envelope. They just keep pushing. Then they kill an American contractor. So that's when Trump reacts. Trump decides to send an airstrike to kill 15 Iraqi militia backed by Iran. And then Iran responds by, giving permission or sending in Iraqi militia to attack the U.S. embassy. They were terrorists, but were they terrorists in protest? Were they sent by Iran? Yes, probably. And so that is what prompted the death of Qasem Soleimani. Trump sent an airstrike to the airport of Baghdad Airport, which he arrived at with other terrorist leaders. And they say, even though the intelligence hasn't been confirmed yet, but it is supposed to be confirmed today, there's supposed to be a briefing to U.S. Congress, but they say that it was also because they were planning another attack on America. So there have been many reactions from the Democrats about it, and there have been many reactions from the Republicans about it. Let's see all of them, or at least the most interesting ones.
This is a dangerous escalation that brings us closer to another disastrous war.
The question is, what are the repercussions of a decision like this? This is not a game. This is going to have consequences.
If Russia does that, Russia has been implicated under Putin with assassinating dissidents. So once you're in the business of assassination, you unleash some very, very terrible forces.
Actions last night in bombing the Baghdad airport with the targeted killing of Iran's top military general was an act of war, with no authorization or declaration of war from Congress.
Across the lines, Democrats disagree with it. I try to be objective with this show. I'm going to stay objective with this show. Okay, so the reasons that they disagree with it are for two reasons. One, like Bernie said, we can't be in the assassination game. We shouldn't be killing military leaders, even though, he has 600 American lives, bloods on his hands, thousands of Iran and Iraqi lives on his hands. But he shouldn't be killed. That's one argument. And then the other argument was Trump hasn't thought it through. He didn't go through the right channels. He didn't go through Congress. He didn't go through, a planned direction. He played it off the cuff. But, you got him at the airport. Do you have time to go to Congress when you have an attack? I don't know if Obama had time to go to Congress when he got Osama bin Laden. So anyways, let's get some of the Republicans' reactions.
The only ones that are mourning the loss of Soleimani are our Democrat leadership.
For too long, this evil man operated without constraint, and countless innocents have suffered for it.
In real time, making these decisions, you can't make a decision to take out a key general by committee. It just doesn't work that way. It never has worked that way.
So Democrats and Republicans disagree again. And what are the odds? They disagree on everything, even if they believe it's right. All right, I'm going to say this objectively. If Obama did this, and I know we always go back to if Obama did this, if Obama did this, if Obama did this, then it would be switched. Democrats would be happy about it, and Republicans would be mad about it. Okay? So it's both sides that just refuse to work together no matter the position. They just, whatever their position is, pretty much the party in control, they will go on the other position. And I totally believe that. And I totally believe that the public falls for it. Or maybe the public has the same derangement syndrome. I'm not going to call it Trump derangement syndrome because it's also Obama derangement syndrome. You got to look at these things not by party, but by, logic. What do you believe? That's why I'm pretty liberal. I am, once you think about it, I'm pretty liberal on social issues. I'm very liberal on social issues. I'm liberal on gun issues. I might be outing myself in this video, but that's okay. But when I see something from one party do something correct, I'm like, that makes sense. And when I see something from the other party do something correct, I'm like, that makes sense too. I have so many conversations with my fiance, and she can't decide what I am because I just keep agreeing with both sides. Here, there. So, I haven't outed myself yet. You'll never know. Okay, so back on track. We are caught up. We are caught up to what this video is really about. And the video is about Iran's response to the death of Soleimani. Here's what they did. They sent 15 ballistic missiles to a U.S. base, and they killed 0 people. Was that on purpose? Let's look into it.
Iranian state television says the attack was launched in revenge for the U.S. assassination of the Iranian general Qasem Soleimani.
Okay, so looking at all the videos, looking at the aftermath, looking at the attack, and the fact that it was broadcast over Iranian state TV, it looks like Iran, Hassan Rouhani, in fact, used this to show their people that they're not backing down. But it looks like they pulled their punches. I don't think they meant to kill anyone because they're taking Trump seriously. I mean, he just straight out killed one of their main generals. And they say, killing this general is like killing, if it were us, the head of CIA, the vice president, and the Department of Defense secretary all in the same blow. So this was definitely not proportional to what Trump did to them. And it looks like because they know that if they do a bigger attack, then Hassan Rouhani's head is on the line. Okay, now, what does Trump have to say about all this? He had about a 10-minute statement this morning. Let's show you the most important parts.
We suffered no casualties. All of our soldiers are safe, and only minimal damage was sustained at our military bases. Nations have tolerated Iran's destructive and destabilizing behavior in the Middle East and beyond. Those days are over. As we continue to evaluate options in response to Iranian aggression, the United States will immediately impose additional punishing economic sanctions on the Iranian regime. Iran's hostilities substantially increased after the foolish Iran nuclear deal was signed in 2013, and they were given $150 billion, not to mention $1.8 billion in cash. They chanted death to America the day the agreement was signed. Then Iran went on a terror spree, funded by the money from the deal, and created hell. The time has come for the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Russia, and China to recognize this reality. Today, I am going to ask NATO to become much more involved in the Middle East process. We are now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world. We are independent, and we do not need Middle East oil.
To be honest with you, I was not expecting this response. I mean, last night I was talking to friends, and we were all saying, wow, Iran is going to get blown up. All the leaders are going to be killed and everything. But this looks like a pathway out of the aggression. Trump said no one died. Trump said that he's just going to implement more sanctions. So pretty much, I guess, the ball is still in Iran's court. Now, I put some clips in there of him digging at the Obama administration. He's still pushing at that. That made big news. That's going to be that's a good line. It's a good line for his base, for Republican support, saying that this whole thing is Obama's fault. We'll see if that one sticks. But for now, it looks like Trump is trying to put an end to the escalations. And he said, we have spoken, you have spoken, we can end it here. Okay, so from my point of view, the ball is back in Iran's court. We will see what happens next. Thank you for watching. The Charles Frank Show is brought to you by DebateMeNow.com. DebateMeNow.com, where you and your friends and your enemies can debate each other on an online platform and post it for the whole world to see. This is The Charles Frank Show, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.